Scott Dorval with your Idaho News 6 forecast.
Good evening, everyone. Let's start with, we're going to take a close look here at the Boise Scott score planner for the rest of the week coming up. And you're going to notice here that the Scott score numbers are going to be high and then they're going to drop off a little bit here as well. This is what we've got. We got an 8 for tomorrow, a 10 on Wednesday. That's my pick day of the week. Thursday's at an 8, looks really nice. It's starting to get hotter, and that's the only reason these numbers are going down. If you like 95 degrees, these will be 9s maybe for you here. But there's also a chance for some evening thunderstorms as we go into the weekend, and then maybe a little bit of a drop in temperature as we go towards a little bit later in the day. Here are the 24-hour rain totals across the region. You want to look at the numbers here. In the valley, we had about 37 hundredths at the airport. I had a little over 4/10 in Meridian. So anywhere from 37 hundredths to just over a half inch north of the interstate, much less down to the south, which is typical here, but upwards to a 1/4 inch still. But in the Boise Mountains here, a rain gauge showing 2.2 inches of rain here. There were a few other gauges as well showing that. West Mountain, just west of Cascade, there showing 2.2 inches of rainfall. That's a soaking 1 to 1.6 here up in the Valley County area in the higher terrain, and that's where the small creeks and streams have been rising pretty rapidly here, and you see a little bit less towards Hell's Canyon, but still a decent amount, more than a half inch of rain. So the rain gauges, there's nothing in they're all in good stages right now, nothing in an accident stage. Close to that is right here, the middle fork of the Payette. We'll take a closer inspection of that. It's at 8.06, expected to crest at 9.86. The action stage, or getting close to bankfall there, is 10 feet. So we thought it could go into over that, but it's not likely to do that. But I will tell you this, is a gauge right there on the right next to Little Payette Lake, and there's a gauge there that reached its all-time high crest. That water is just roaring out of the lake right now. It went to, I believe it was 7 feet, actually 10.2 feet, and that old record was 1948. And so there's some real good river gauge rises here, and small creeks and streams. So because of this, in central Idaho, that flood watch is extended till midnight tonight. A lot of the smaller creeks and streams are cresting and will come down. The more mainstream, the wider the river, it'll take a while before that water fills in there, and they're going to still come up and crest, but all should crest below flood stage. This is Morse Creek above Roby Creek here, and you see 3.54 now expected to crest here before noon tomorrow, and then it'll start to fall back off. So still in the good category here, or again, no flooding is expected on these mainstream rivers. 73 degrees at the Village at Meridian. The sun has started to come out, a little bit of a breeze trying to dry things up, but we still have moisture hanging around, and that's going to give us a good chance for fog, especially in Long Valley tomorrow, even a chance for a shower in the morning. 62, then it'll turn to 70 on Wednesday, and look at the weekend. Now this is some really nice weather, low 80s and sunshine with a chance for some storms later in the weekend. In general, when we look at our forecast, there's just a lot of heat that's going to be moving its way back on in. That's going to be the story. It'll be building as we go through the week. Each afternoon and evening, there's a slight chance for storms starting on Thursday, mostly in the higher terrain. But again, we're talking mid-90s, so that's what's heading on in. So enjoy tomorrow. A lot of cloud cover in the morning. Then it'll break into the sunshine in the Treasure Valley. It'll be a beautiful afternoon, about 81 degrees for that high temperature, 82 in some locations. In the Central Mountains, some cloud cover in the morning with a slight chance for a shower, some fog around, and then we'll see some breaking clouds later in the day. Here's my Treasure Valley extended forecast here. Pick day of the week is Wednesday, 10 out of 10 with all that sunshine. Above 90 on Thursday, 96 Friday, could be 98, almost 100 on Saturday.